Okay guys, so today's video is going to be the top 5 mods in Raft. These are going to be for brand new players. Christmas is just coming up and we've just had the Steam sale, so lots of people who are new are coming in. And so it's going to be for those new people, and then some of the mods are going to be for all already experienced players, people who have completed the game, etc. But it just helps you have fun. It's improvements to the game. So we'll get through those, but the first one we're going to be looking at is this simple flashlight. So there is a mining helmet in-game, but this is going to help until you can actually get one of those in-game, or if you just don't want to have a mining helmet full stop, this is just going to be really nice for you because you won't have to waste the materials, or you won't have to wait until you can craft it, etc, etc. So we'll hop in-game now, have a little look at it, I'll show you how it works, show you what it looks like, and then you can decide whether you want to use it yourself. So here we are in-game. As you can see, it's pitch black, so all I'm going to do is press F to turn on the light. And when you look over water, it has that weird box effect. But once you're in the water, as you can see, it just turns to a normal circle. And whenever you look at any other material, it is perfectly fine. It just seems to have that weird box overlay whenever you look into the water. So here's just me struggling to get up onto the island. But obviously it works quite well. The moon is starting to rise, so this is a nice moonlit night. But occasionally it won't be. And I have tried using this into those small caves, and it works perfectly in there, exactly the same as the mining helmet does. And yeah, I just didn't think it was too bad. I've used it throughout my play, and it has come in handy. It works underwater as well, especially when you start going really deep down the sides of the islands. That's where it works best in my opinion. Okay everyone, so these two mods are going to be shown together because they work very well together, and it's going to be the larger nets mod and the trash mod all in one. So as you can see, all of these nets here have 10 items in. For some reason that one does have 10 in it, the trash just isn't showing. And I'm going to pick all of these up, just causes a little lag spike because I'm picking up so much at once. But I'm just going to empty about half of these nets, and this is so I can prove to you all that I haven't done anything prior to this. So they're only holding 10 items. Those nets that I've just emptied now are only going to fill back up to 10. So that's just to show you guys. And basically, once you've installed the larger nets mod, we're going to enter a command into the console, which is net amount. And this basically means that the nets will be able to pick up whatever amount you put in. So, for example, I'll put in 20. And this will allow the nets to obviously start overflowing from 10 to 20. And then once they hit 20, they'll stop filling up. So that's come back in the console. And if we just have a look over at the ones that I left, that one's already got 11 in it, which that's good. They've got 11 in it. Here you go. This barrel's about to come in and make this one 11. There we are. So that mod just works simply like that, and it means if you set a higher value on it, it's less management. And if you set the value to 0, it will set it to unlimited. It will fill forever and ever. Just be careful about your game crashing. Anyway, so the next mod we're going to be using is the trash mod. So for this, I need to change my item integers. There we go. So item interval, and then I'm going to set it to, for example, 0. Or well, 1. Okay, we'll put it at 1. And I'm just going to use the K utility mod just to fly here to show you guys. But basically, you can see that already setting it to 1, there's a lot more trash spawning than there was before. So on the right was just the natural spawn, and in front of me is the new spawn. So now I'll change it to 0.1 just to show you guys how quickly that is. And it starts to flood the ocean with lots and lots of trash. Now you have to be careful with this because as shown in a previous video, it can become very laggy. So I'm going to set that to 5 just to slow it down. 5 or 6 is around the default. And then I'll increase my nets to 50, let's say. And the reason I'll do this is so I can show you guys just how much these nets can contain. And that's just a ghost version of my character. So now I've increased them to 50. Some of them are already starting to fill up. And in a couple of seconds, we're going to hit the big trash belt that I just spawned. And I am going to go stand a little bit further back because this can become very loud. All of the catching sounds play over the top of each other. And when you've got 20 nets collecting lots and lots of items, it can become very loud. So I'm going to stand up here, and even then I'm going to turn it down for you guys because it's still going to be extremely loud. Obviously, I've not made my raft a little bit long enough, so I'm missing some of the trash, but that's okay. So here it all comes, and as you can hear, I have turned this down for you, so this is much louder for me. And then after the little interval that I stopped, I set it back to 5, the belt has now just started to disappear. And there we go, 50 items. So, oh, he didn't get filled. There we go. Now obviously, the more you increase this, the more lag you're probably going to have. As you just saw, I got a nice little lag spike for collecting 50 items just then. But that wasn't a bad haul from one net. And then yet again, here's me collecting it, but it causes a big lag spike because the game's just grabbing so much. So you just got to play with it carefully. If you're going to be using mods like this, don't get me wrong, it can be a good help, but be careful of your game crashing. The next mod in the list, second to last, is the more sales, more speed mod. And as it says on the tin, the more sales you add, the more speed you can get. This also helps with moving your sail from left to right, and it works with the engines and the steering wheels that have been put into the game. So we'll hop in game and I'll show you it there. So here we are in game. I have my sails here all set up next to each other on a little platform and an island in front of us. You can just drop one sail by pressing E, and you can just rotate the one sail by holding R, of course. But if you use Shift and E, it will drop all of your sails, which makes a little bit of a loud bang. And if you use Shift and R, they will all update once you let go. So it's a little bit strange because only one of them moves, but they all update once you let go of the key. So they're all down at the moment, and my anchor's down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steer us out the way of this island. Just pull up my anchor, and as you can see, we start going way faster than we normally should. And this is only with, I believe it's 6 sails I have. And so here we go, we're racing along. And if I just close all of these, you can see this is the normal floating along speed. So, you know, it's quite easy to just look at everything that you're going past. And if I just open one of these, just to show you that, that's just what it sort of looks like with one. And now let me open all of these, and we can get up to a pretty quick speed. So there we go, all of them are open now, and as you can see, that island just flies past. Now you will have to be careful, because the faster you're going, the quicker it's going to take for your trash to respawn. When you're going quicker, the raft tries to spawn trash in front of you. So that's the only thing to look out for. So this is the last mod of the video, the bigger plots mod. Now this might be at the back of the video, but they were in no order or anything. And I actually think that this is one of the more useful mods, especially for survival, because of just how much food you can grow while still being space efficient. And what we'll do is we'll go in game and I'll just show you how it all works. I'll give you the ins and outs of it. Okay, so here we are in game, and as you can see, just in the middle of my raft, I put down one of the biggest ones you can get, and it grows all types of trees, all the way down to your little potatoes. There's a watermelon there, and a red beet. So these are your normal ones. That's your 1 potato, that's your 2, and then there's your 3 plot, that's your grass plot, and then these are your tree plots. So this is what the normal sizes are. And if we go up past my normal farm, up the top here we have a giant potato farm that I made, but just to show off a comparison of sizes. So this is the 8x8 that I'm looking at, then you've got 7x7 all the way down to a little 1x1. So 1x1, 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, then there's the 8, and there's the 7. So that's what that looks like. Now in terms of planting and watering, it's actually incredible. So I'm just going to quickly raise my anchor so I don't go into that island. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to harvest the giant 8x8, which I'll speed up. And once I'm back, I'll show you how easy it is to plant and water these. So give me 1 second. Alright, so last potato has just been grabbed, and as you can see I accidentally planted a couple while I was holding them, but it's as simple as just spamming E, on your keyboard, or whatever your use key might be. And as you can see, the little seeds are just getting planted until I fill up the entire row, like that. And then you grab your water bottle or your cup, and you water them all at once. So that's me just drinking it, just to show it's like normal water. And just simple water crops, and look at that, a whole 8x8 of potatoes watered like that. And I think one of the other nice things about this is only one scarecrow. Normally you have to have quite a few scarecrows, and then here's me, yet again, just showing off that you can grow anything. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you watch this far, please comment, because, you know, I want to actually see, this is the longest video I've ever made, and I want to see who has actually made it this far. But I do want to thank everybody again. I only kept it short in the beginning because people normally click off the moment they see that. But here, this is just like my stats recently. These screenshots were taken a little bit of a while ago, when it started to sort of kick off a little bit. It's just mad. It is absolutely mad. So thank you for that. So here's all of the subscribers. I actually hit 1,000 views a couple of times in a day, which that's a record for me alone. And 7 subscribers in one day twice. That's a record for me. And at the moment, this is what it's currently looking like. It started to trail off a little bit towards Christmas, which obviously no surprise there. People are dealing with their families and everything. 55 in the last month. That's mad. I've never had that. Before, it was, I think, 18 in 30 days. And in terms of viewership, I mean, this was always below 10k, and this is now up. And I wish I earned that much. Good joke, YouTube. Thank you. Haven't even hit the requirements to earn money yet, so I don't know what Social Blade are talking about. But either way, thank you so much for watching this far. Please subscribe or share this so I can get to 200 by Christmas. That'll make my day. Thank you. Goodbye.